What's up, guys? It is Friday, March 3rd, 5:41 p.m. And this is going to be a brief, quick little market update, crypto market, also the macro market, looking at those key macro kind of charts to kind of indicate the dynamics of the direction of crypto, like the dollar, 10-year bonds, stock market, etc. Just kind of run through it. I'm currently been doing one-on-ones today. So that's why I haven't been in the Discord and I haven't done any videos for the day. But in the Discord, in the announcements channel, let me see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, so in the Discord, in the announcements channel, also shout out to Big Daddy Migs. I love the morning with Migs motivation right there. But if we go up, I shared some videos from before I left for Florida. Definitely rewatch these. These are key. Nothing changed as far as these videos here. Really outline like the macro. So if you're in the Discord, if you're not, link in the bio, come join the Discord in the announcements channel, scroll up a little bit, and I'll pin these so you can kind of find them real quick. So I'll do pin here and definitely watch these. I haven't done any new videos, but over the weekend, I'm going to be doing new videos, kind of giving an update on these ones, but everything is the same here. So definitely watch these, get up to date, refreshed on kind of our game plan for 2023, our portfolio reconstruction, as well as why we are reconstructing, because XLM and XRP look ready to boom and moonshot. And I did this video, I think a couple of weeks ago, and XRP has been, probably one of the top performers as far as the whole market goes, because even though the market's kind of had a little relief, it's kind of fallen down a bit. XRP hasn't fallen anywhere close to as some of the other ones have. So that's why we kind of, with the start of March here, or a little bit before the start of March, like February 26th, I had made this video kind of saying why we're going into portfolio reconstruction mode, and as far as kind of consolidating down to our blue chips, because we're heading into this time period where a lot of things could happen, right? So we want to make sure we're in our gold standard type coins. So definitely rewatch that video, join the Discord, announcements right in there, look at why we did that in these two videos and kind of what the macro is looking at for XRP and XLM, as well as I'm going to be doing updates on these videos this weekend, because today I'm doing one-on-ones. I love talking to you guys on the one-on-ones. I like the kind of intimate one-on-one time to make sure that you guys are all set up with the charts correctly, as far as making sure you guys kind of understand the next steps after having your chart set up. And I find with the one-on-ones, we're able to really kind of dial in and kind of get you to understand the key things to look at. And I see that I see the learning and the understanding of what we're looking at, why we're looking at it, is accelerated through the one-on-ones. So definitely love doing those with you guys. It definitely reminds me why we kind of come out every day grinding like we do, because we do see that it's very, very helpful when we hop on those. So love it. So you guys, if you haven't scheduled your one-on-one yet in the Discord, come down till you see the one-on-ones under live Q&A sessions and book one with me. VIP member one-on-one session. It's not going to charge you. If you're one of the first 100, click in there, book with me, and make sure you guys get set up. So before I left, I got you guys set up here, but we still have some left over. Got to get Shay, got to get Blaster Queen, Miss. You got Migs today. We got to get Craig going and the rest of you guys. So make sure that if you see yourself on this list, or if I missed you and we haven't had your one-on-one yet, make sure you get that book so we can get you going here, because March is about to get crazy. We saw just even yesterday, we saw a glimpse of what's to come. We're going to see much more of that. So we need to make sure everybody's squared away with their charts, their indicators, etc. So as we head into the thick of March, we're all good to go on the basics there. So definitely get scheduled with that. And I can kind of roll with a ton of one-on-ones this weekend. So sooner than later would be better for that. So, all right, let's dive into the charts real quick, kind of give a little update what I'm seeing here. If we're looking at the bond yields, we corrected, we see red today. Bond yields are actually down, I think it was 3%. Let me pull this up on the watch list. So, yep, we see that US 10-year yield down 2.61%. We see the dollar is down 0.6%. 0.42% today. So we're seeing some of the things that we were hoping for, bond yields to kind of come down here, dollar to come down here. We're seeing that kind of live in action right now. We do see the 12-hour chart. We started to cross up, started to get a little scarier. Like we're playing with that 0.786 fib. So from the top down to the bottom, we touched it, and now we're starting to correct down. So I was comparing like where we're at now here to back here, and it does seem like it's starting to roll over and for us to have a correction in the bond yield. So we're starting to see that. I would say that we want to come down and break 3.92%. If we can break down below there, we're going to see an acceleration of the bond yields coming down. So that's all looking good to kind of end off this week. If I go to the weekly chart, we're starting to cross up. We're getting close to a cross up here. And by us pulling down today, it kind of saved us from getting that full cross up. I would like to see us kind of have one of these moments back here where it looks like we're about to cross and then boom, we cross back down. So hopefully that's the case. It does seem like it's panning out to be that way. And like we've already kind of talked about for a while now on the higher time frame charts, 3-week chart, we have a sell now. On the month chart, we have sell warnings. And if we can close this month a little lower, we'll get the 1 month sell now. And we have the 2 week, the 1 week. So bond yields, the momentum shifting to the downside, although we have a little kind of pop up here. Let's see if it will be a fake out. But yeah, that level that we've been outlining for so long now, as far as if we were to come back up to it, we need to get rejected by it. It was that 4.09%. We so far have been. So definitely sometimes it takes some time for these things to play out. But now we're seeing that it did, and now we're kind of rolling over here. So that is good to see that we didn't kind of pop up here and spike rapidly. Now let's go to the dollar. And yeah, dollars was at a critical level. If we go to the daily chart, we have the 200 moving average sitting like right up where we're at. We're kind of flirting with it, going up and down with it. But right now we do see that we're starting to cross down. We're seeing the momentum head down here, TSI momentum heading down as well too. And then if we go to the 12-hour chart, we can see that we are getting rejected by that 200 moving average as well. We do see that we're trying to get above it, but we couldn't. We're getting rejected by this trend line coming down like this. And I already have it drawn there, but rejected. And now we had this trend line coming up as support, support, support. And now we're at it right now. And with the momentum looking like it wanted to curl back in, but now we had more red kick in. It does seem like the momentum is to the downside. So we're comparing this to like back here and to like back here. So like this last little phase of the dollar kind of running up and kind of tricking people out. It's been choppy. It's definitely been choppy. The dollar's been just kind of ripping up here, and it didn't seem like it wanted to pull down, but now it's really starting to show that it wants to pull down. And we're so close to crossing down below the 50 line, which will be key, because this whole time of us in the downtrend in the dollar, we're below the 50 line on the RSI on the 12-hour chart. And then on the times that we popped up here, kind of giving a little relief, we got above it. And right now we've been above it for a bit now, and we've been holding out support. So I would like to see us cross down below there, because if we do, then the TSI will cross down below the 0 line. Stock RSI is already weak in the momentum. Then we'll see the blue cross back up above the pink, and the pink come down. And then we can continue with the dollar meltdown, which will lead to a crypto melt up and the acceleration of that. We've been waiting for a decisive breakdown in the dollar. One of those breakdown moves that kind of like, you're like, oh, okay, this is a legit move. It's been, we've broken down sometimes. We've been popping back up. It hasn't been a decisive breakdown, but I do think next week we're going to get a telltale sign of the direction as far as like a decisive breakdown for the dollar, or is it going to have a quick rapid spike. But I would say where we're at with the dollar is very critical and key, because we're at a key kind of horizontal level of resistance or support. We have resistance, support, resistance right now, and we're crossing back down. So that all looks good. The 3-day chart, we do have like some of the higher time frame charts crossing up, but now the lower time frame stuff is starting to cross down. And like we've said, the lower time frames spill into the higher time frames. So if we can break down past that trend line right here, then we're going to see this start to cross down, and we can see the acceleration of the dollar meltdown. Where we're at right now is very critical for us to get rejected, because on the 3-day chart, the EMA ribbon was green this whole time. Then we flipped it to red here. We found some support at the 200 moving average. We went back up to the EMA ribbon, and right now it looks like we're getting rejected from it, and we have it turn red. So what we want to see is for this to get rejected, come down here. We can have acceleration of the EMA ribbon pushing us down, and maybe that'll be enough where we coil up and then we see the dollar break down like that. And then cryptos will have a rapid pump in that case. So that's all good. I mean, you could look at the past here, and when you see us in the EMA ribbon go from green to red, like this was the whole bull run from 2020 to 2021. And then when we went from red to green, held as support, that was the bear market this whole time. And then right now we kind of had just popped out of this bull market for the dollar. And now we're trying to confirm that the bear market for the dollar is in and that the bull market for crypto is in. So we'll get that confirmation upon the dollar breaking back down here and then going lower. And then we'll likely see cryptos have a rapid rise with that as well too. So dollar right now, the trend is now finally starting to show weakness on the higher time frames. The 1 day, the 12 hour crossing down, the 9 hour crossing down as well too. Right now, yeah, like if we were to break that trend line, we'd be breaking back down below the EMA ribbon and the 200 moving average here. So where we're heading down to like 104.4 to 104 flat is like critical to break back down below. If we can break back down below there, then we'll likely come down, retest like the 103. And at that point, we'll need to revisit it. But right now, so far, so good as far as the direction coming down. If we look at the stock market at a 12-hour buy now signal flash. The sell nows hit this top back here, the bottom back here. So this looks pretty well. We came down and we actually held support on the 200 moving average on the 12-hour and that critical horizontal support that we've been outlining in our videos for a while now, like 11.8K. So with us kind of coming down, holding that as support, breaking back above the EMA ribbon, we didn't flip it red, and we're seeing the momentum kick up here. That's a very good sign. So if we go to the 1 day chart, we're again back above the 200 moving average. We definitely want to see us break back above the 786 from this high down to this low and get back above 12,650, hold that support. Then we can start targeting up to 13.6. So right now, the 1 day chart is showing similar signs to kind of back here where we went up. We had our 3 kind of highs here. We went up 3 highs here. This was more at a vertical where this was like sideways, but then we had our correction down, right? And then we kind of went sideways, correction down, went sideways. And at this moment, this was the start of our next big run. So I would say this is going to be the start of our next big run. If we can just cross stock RSI above the 50 line, then we know that we're going to start targeting up to here. And if the stock market's going up, that means probably the dollar's coming down. And that would also mean that crypto is going up as well too. So looking at the stock market, that's a very good sign as far as direction of crypto going forward for the month of March as well. 3 day chart, we definitely want to see this hold here at the 50 line and cross up. We don't want to see this continue to cross down. And we want to reclaim that 3 day 200 moving average sitting around 12.4K as well too. Let's go to Bitcoin. Well, let's look at Bitcoin dominance because right now it's starting to roll over. So Bitcoin dominance starting to roll over is a good sign for the altcoin market, especially if Bitcoin USD price can kind of keep rallying up here, stay stable. But we've been outlining the 3 day 200 moving average as an area of resistance for a while now. And it does seem like it's coming to fruition. We came up here, we had the 3 day sell warning plus the 3 day 200 moving average. So this was serving as a good point for a rejection to come in. Boom, we got rejected at first. Then we came up to it again, rejection again. And it does seem the momentum on the 3 days crossing down. So it does seem like the Bitcoin dominance is going to keep rolling over here. And if Bitcoin USD can maintain stable or going up, and then we see the others dominance start to go up, then the altcoins are going to have a nice healthy bounce coming in here soon. But as far as looking at the 1 week chart for Bitcoin dominance, we are starting to see us kind of curl back down. Let's look at the 5 day. Yep, starting to curl over. So this is good for altcoins. We're starting to flip the EMA ribbon from red to green, but this could be kind of like back here where we had the red and then we kind of flipped to green and then back to red. It was just a little kind of relief rally before ultimately heading down much lower. We could be doing the same thing here. And then if that's the case, I mean, now we scale all the way out and look at it from a macro view. If we were to break this horizontal line right here where the cursor is, I mean, you go all the way back to 2018, that's critical area support in 2021, support in 2022, support in 2023. We can come break that. Bitcoin dominance falling off a cliff. And altcoins could have the biggest alt season they've ever seen before if that's the case, depending on the narrative and the events that are unfolding during the time that the horizontal support is being broken. So we're going to have to see once that day comes, but we're getting close, not there yet. But what we're seeing here is some good signs of Bitcoin dominance rolling over. Now let's go to the Bitcoin chart. And we're outlining this key level here. So we have this key level. So of kind of convergence, we had this trend line coming down, support, support, support. We had the trend line coming up as support, support, support. And also too, we have this horizontal support / resistance. So resistance, support, resistance, got above, and then resistance for a bit, and then kind of reclaimed it back here. I like how we came down and we kind of filled this gap. And that's exactly where the 786 is as well too. I grabbed this low to this high, you stretch it out, the fib is at 0.786 at 22,150. We bounce right off of it. So this is a great sign as far as, okay, key level that we need to watch, because if we come down, we break 22,150 and we see the momentum still kicking in here, we're going to probably come down, fill that CME futures gap on Bitcoin around 20K, could even see a little bit lower because the 786 down here for the macro move is around 18K. So definitely that line in the sand, 22,150 is going to be a very key level to watch as far as, all right, are we going to start to really have a deeper correction in crypto, or are we going to hold right here and do another leg up? Definitely put that on your charts. But as you can see, we have a low here and then a lower low on the 1-day chart. Whereas right now we have a low and a higher low. So now we're starting to, we had bearish divergence. Now we're starting to see some bullish divergence. So we're stuck in this neutral kind of pattern right now. And I really think that a decisive breakdown on the dollar and for the bond yields to cool off, stabilize or head down, that's what's going to give us that fuel for Bitcoin to really start another leg up here and avoid kind of breaking down to revisit some of those levels down here that I just mentioned. So 1-day chart, and then the 12-hour chart, we are flashing like prepare to buy soons. So 12-hour, we did it back here, but let's go to the 9-hour. So we are really trying to hold this level where we're at. We had multiple, almost a day now of like holding this with a lot of wicks at the bottom. So definitely we're watching the right levels. Key level is at that 22,150. So mark alerts on your charts, definitely important. XRP showing some strength versus the rest of the market. I mean, we've kind of corrected back up to where we were kind of going sideways. So we went all the way down to like 35 cents. And that was like very close to 786 and we popped up, and now we're starting to try to change the trend back. Maybe that correction that we just had will give XRP and the whole market enough juice to really start flying up here and starting to revisit some of the levels that we're seeing back in late January. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. But I actually, at the end of this video, I want to push this out to you guys, but I'm going to be hopping back on my one-on-ones. So if you haven't already in the Discord, watch those videos, get a refresher of what we were talking about before I left for Florida, as well as book your one-on-one with the VIP member one-on-one session link. And I will see you guys later tonight or tomorrow. And I'm going to be busting out a ton of videos, tons of stuff that's on our radar. So have a good weekend. I'll see you guys in the next video.